Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we are diving deep into everything we know so far about the iPhone 18 Pro and the iPhone 18 Pro Max. If you have been following the tech news lately, you have probably noticed a shift in how people are talking about Apple's next big release. For years, the conversation was always about the outside. We wanted thinner bezels, new shapes, and radical design changes. But for 2026, the story is completely different. The iPhone 18 Pro is not shaping up to be a phone that looks drastically different from what you have in your pocket right now. Instead, it is shaping up to be a massive leap forward in what the phone can actually do. According to multiple leaks, supply chain reports, and industry analysts, this device is focusing entirely on performance, battery efficiency, camera mechanics, and artificial intelligence. It is a refinement year, but do not let that word fool you. Sometimes, refinement brings bigger real-world benefits than a brand new shape ever could. Let us start with the most important question first. When is this phone coming out? Apple has a very predictable rhythm, and all current signs point to a September 2026 launch for the iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max. This continues the traditional schedule that fans and investors rely on. However, there is an interesting twist in the rumors this year. Several reports suggest that Apple might split its launch strategy. While the Pro models would arrive in September as usual, the standard iPhone 18 might be delayed until later in the year or even early 2027. If this turns out to be true, it means the September event will be exclusively focused on the high-end devices. This would put an enormous spotlight on the Pro lineup, signaling that Apple wants to push its premium technology harder than ever before. For those of you who always buy the Pro model, this is great news because it means the entire event will be dedicated to the features you care about most. Now, let us talk about the design. I know many of you are hoping for a complete overhaul, but the leaks are telling us to manage our expectations. Apple is reportedly sticking with the formula that has worked so well for the last few generations. The goal here is not to shock you with a new silhouette, but to make the existing design feel more premium and polished. Leaks indicate that the glass integration is being improved, which should make the phone feel smoother and more durable in the hand. The camera housing is also getting some attention, with rumors pointing to a cleaner, more unified look that blends better with the back glass. But the most exciting design change is happening on the front. For the first time in years, the dynamic island might actually get smaller. Reports suggest that Apple is moving some of the Face ID components underneath the display panel. Now, please understand that this does not mean Face ID is completely hidden yet. A fully under-display system is still likely a year or two away. But shrinking the cutout, even by a few millimeters, creates a noticeably cleaner viewing experience. When you combine this reduced notch area with the expected 120Hz ProMotion OLED panel, the iPhone 18 Pro could easily offer one of the best screens ever put on a smartphone. It is about immersion. It is about removing distractions so you can focus on your content, your games, and your apps without that little pill shape constantly reminding you of the hardware beneath. But if the screen is the stage, the camera is the star of the show. This is where the iPhone 18 Pro might truly separate itself from every iPhone that came before it. The biggest rumor circulating right now is the introduction of a variable aperture main camera. For those who are not familiar with photography terms, let me explain why this matters. On almost all smartphones today, the aperture is fixed. The lens opening is always the same size. To adjust for lighting, the phone relies entirely on software processing and digital tricks. A variable aperture changes the game because it allows the lens to physically open and close, just like a professional DSLR or mirrorless camera. In bright sunlight, the aperture can close down to prevent overexposure and increase sharpness. In low light, it can open wide to let in more natural photons, reducing noise and creating genuine optical background blur, rather than fake portrait mode effects. This is a hardware solution to a problem that software has been trying to solve for a decade. If Apple pulls this off, the improvement in photo quality could be instantly visible to even casual users. Beyond the main sensor, leaks also point to significant upgrades in the telephoto lens, faster image processing pipelines, and better dynamic range. This combination suggests that the iPhone 18 Pro is being positioned not just as a consumer phone, but as a serious tool for content creators, videographers, and mobile photographers who demand reliability and quality. Of course, none of these advanced features would be possible without a powerful engine under the hood. Enter the A20 Pro chip. According to semiconductor industry reports, this processor will be built using TSMC's advanced 2nm manufacturing process. Moving to 2 nanometers is a monumental achievement in chip design. It allows transistors to be packed closer together, which translates directly to faster speeds and lower power consumption. This is expected to be Apple's biggest generational chip upgrade in several years. Why does this matter to you? First, it means raw performance will jump significantly. Apps will open faster, games will render at higher frame rates, and multitasking will be smoother. Second, and perhaps more importantly, it enables advanced Apple Intelligence features. As AI becomes more integrated into iOS, the phone needs dedicated neural processing power to run complex models locally without draining your battery or sending everything to the cloud. The A20 Pro is designed specifically for this era of on-device intelligence. Third, the efficiency gains from the 2nm process directly contribute to battery life. Even if the physical battery size stays roughly the same, the phone will simply use less power to do the same tasks. Speaking of battery life, this is an area where users have been asking for improvements for years. The good news is that the iPhone 18 Pro seems poised to deliver meaningful gains. While we do not have exact milliamp-hour numbers yet, the combination of factors is incredibly promising. You have the efficient A20 Pro chip. You have upgraded display technology that consumes less power at high brightness. You also have rumors of Apple's next-generation custom modem, which is designed to be far more energy efficient than previous solutions. When you add all these efficiencies together, the result should be significantly longer screen on time. Apple appears to be taking a holistic approach here. Rather than just stuffing a bigger battery into the chassis and making the phone heavier, they are optimizing every single component to squeeze more value out of every percentage point of charge. For heavy users, travelers, and professionals, this kind of optimization is often more valuable than raw capacity alone. Let us also talk about aesthetics, because color choices are always a fun part of the upgrade cycle. Early leaks are generating a lot of excitement around a new dark cherry finish. This is rumored to be the signature hero color for the iPhone 18 Pro lineup. Alongside this deep red tone, other options reportedly include cloud blue, silver, and dark gray. If these colors are accurate, Apple could be introducing one of its most attractive and sophisticated palettes in recent memory. Dark cherry, in particular, sounds like a color that would photograph beautifully and stand out in a sea of black and white phones. It strikes a balance between bold and professional, which fits perfectly with the refined premium positioning of the Pro series. Of course, colors can change during production, so take this with a grain of salt, but it is definitely something to look forward to seeing in official renders. Now, we have to address the topic that makes everyone nervous: pricing. Analysts currently expect Apple to keep the iPhone 18 Pro starting price in the familiar $999 to $1,099 range. The larger iPhone 18 Pro Max is expected to start somewhere between $1,199 and $1,299. These prices align with recent trends, but nothing is official until Tim Cook walks onto the stage. Prices could shift based on storage configurations, component costs, or broader economic conditions. It is also worth noting that if Apple introduces significant new technologies like variable aperture cameras or 2nm chips, there is always a possibility of a slight price adjustment. However, Apple has historically tried to maintain stable entry points for their flagship devices to avoid alienating their core customer base. My advice is to budget for the current pricing but stay flexible until pre-orders officially open. Despite all the detailed leaks we have discussed today, several mysteries remain unsolved. Will Apple finally achieve true under-display Face ID, or will we have to wait another generation? Could 8K video recording make its debut on the iPhone 18 Pro, giving filmmakers even more resolution to work with? What specific Apple Intelligence features are waiting behind the scenes that we have not heard about yet? And what will the actual battery capacities be when teardown teams get their hands on the device? These are questions that only time and official announcements can answer. Leaks are exciting, and they help us plan our upgrades, but they are never a substitute for hands-on testing and official specifications. So, what is the bottom line here? If these leaks prove accurate, the iPhone 18 Pro will not be a revolutionary redesign that shocks the world with a new form factor. It will not be the thinnest phone ever made, nor will it have a folding screen. But it could very well be the most powerful, most refined, and most capable iPhone Apple has ever created. It represents a maturity in smartphone development where the focus shifts from novelty to utility. It is about making the best phone even better in ways that you will feel every single day. The smaller dynamic island will give you more screen. The variable aperture camera will give you better memories. The A20 Pro chip will give you faster performance and smarter AI. The efficiency improvements will give you more time away from the charger. And the new colors will give you a device that feels personal and premium. For anyone considering an upgrade in 2026, the iPhone 18 Pro is shaping up to be a compelling choice. It is not chasing trends, it is perfecting fundamentals. And in a market saturated with gimmicks, perfection might be exactly what we need. Whether you are a photographer looking for better tools, a power user demanding peak performance, or someone who simply wants a reliable daily driver that lasts all day, this phone seems designed with you in mind. We will continue to track every leak, rumor, and official announcement as we get closer to September. Make sure you stay tuned for updates, hands-on reviews, and detailed comparisons once the device is officially unveiled. Until then, keep your expectations grounded, but your excitement high. The iPhone 18 Pro might not change the way your phone looks, but it could very well change the way you use it. And that, my friends, is what truly matters in the long run. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video, where we will dive even deeper into the world of tech. Stay curious, stay informed, and as always, keep upgrading your life one smart decision at a time.